All right. Okay. Cool. All right, YouTube. Hey. All right, YouTube. Looks like it looks like I can go live on my laptop, but not. Let's see. What am I doing? Let's see. Can I get that? How am I gonna do that? Okay. All right. Maybe. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's get this workout. Let's get this workout in. So it looks like I can go live on the laptop or webcam, but not my mobile right now. So let's get into it, man. This is my second live. Like I said, I don't have enough subscribers to do the mobile live, but I can go live this way. So why not? Let's try it out. I'm gonna get some weights in this morning and see what else. We got to get some musical motivations. Maybe you can hear that. I don't know. A little bit of classical workout. 20. I'm going 20 on this. Man, snap crackle. Get my chocolate. All right. Got that 20. Nobody's on. Nothing happening there. All right. Right, YouTube's all the way live. YouTube all the way live. That's just part of my workout. But I'll be getting into some more here. I figure I'll just have a little Oscar Talk Live with you. Kind of what Oscar Talk be about. And basically it's stuff like this. Kind of just in my voice and what I'm doing. Let's see. Just being real with you, basically. Just being real with you, And let's see where it goes. Try to just build, get better with this, and have the conversation, because that's something that it's like, I don't know, man. I worked nights for 19 years, and I worked with guys that were perfectly fine having conversations. I mean, in my terms, it would be called, the way I would put it, it would be called ball busting. I mean, you had guys, there was pretty much nothing that was off the table as far as conversation, discussion, debate, and good old shit talk, basically, And you just didn't want to be one of them guys that got a little bit went soft and got your feelings hurt and went off in the corner and started crying. That was, boy, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And you take some swings and you miss. I mean, that's how it was. But then you had the guys that were like the keynote speakers. They weren't missing a beat, man. They were catching everything. It was a good time, man. That was a good time. Learned something. It just kind of reinforces the whole, being able to talk about stuff. And hopefully that continues to be a acceptable tradition. I mean, there's always going to be stuff that just, with maturity and with I don't know, I'd say with maturity and kind of greater knowledge, there's always going to be stuff that's just probably better off left unsaid to a certain point. But to a certain point, you know, if you get to that point where it's just like you can't call anything out, I mean, that's kind of that's kind of that's kind of messed up. That's pretty bad. So you don't want to go there either. You know what I mean? So because you can see. Like for me personally, I always want to maintain my option to question something. I mean, I can walk away too. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with walking away and being just like, hey, it didn't work. It just didn't work. And I can say that in silence to myself, and I just basically, hey, yeah, whatever happened to that guy? That's just to me, that's the simpler mode. But you only can do that so much because at some point you recognize there ain't nowhere else to go. This is it. This is where we are. This is where we're at. So sometimes I think you hear because I read the word and it's in there where it's like house divided against itself cannot stand, and I hear that and I think to myself, okay, does this mean that you have to be comfortable? Is there a point where you have to get not comfortable with being or that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable? Do you have to be kind of like willing to be uncomfortable with certain things because not everything's going to line up the way I see it or the way that person sees it, and that doesn't that doesn't necessarily mean we can't be neighbors, right? Right. So I mean, in light of recent events, you can see where it's a line that's crossed if someone's life is either threatened and or taken. That's just a line that, because I feel like if you get into that sense of conformity where it's just like, okay, then it's almost like you could be easily led down the wrong path and you won't see it and you won't question it. And that's, to me, that's dangerous. So, but again, there's no valid reason to harm someone or take someone's life over a difference in either debate or attitude, so that's equally dangerous. So that's why I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because I'm not trying to I don't, me personally, I'm not into trying to make someone see things the way I see things. And I want to still be able to see things the way I see things, but also learn from others if they see things differently, because there's something to learn. Sometimes I think maybe that's how you can arrive at a genuine agreement or consensus, and so hopefully things aren't moving in a direction that says, if you don't see it this way, sayonara. Overall, in a grander sense. Now, but also, yeah, there is a need for guidance and guidelines and that sort of thing too, and being able to say, okay, this is these are expectations, or these are guidelines, or so I guess there's always there's always going to be and then you got the law. So there's always going to be these concepts or theories, constraints, or whatever, guidelines, regulations, rules, laws that provide an overall framework. But we still have to have the venue to question it, even if it's just within ourselves. Even if it's just within ourselves, to just because this is the battle space up in here. Just sharing that with you. That's what I think. Could be way off base, totally off. But I've seen, healthy conversation and debate and laughter and getting put to shame, getting put on blast, and if you just kind of think you're able to withstand some of that stuff, it gains a little bit of you gain some credibility. So, anyways, YouTube all the way live today. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on keeping on with my little workout for this part of the day. And don't get it twisted. I'm pretty clear on the fact that I'm no, physique. I'm 5'10". I'm not no shrimp, but I'm not no, 6'5", yoked out. Dude. And I thought about this because it's like, man, what qualifications do I bring? I would just say some life experience, and the fact that I'm older, but it's like I still want to be in shape. I still want to eat well, try to maintain I want to maintain my health. There's just no question about it. I want to, maintain my health. I like working on my cars, but there's a lot of the cars that I got that need work. So it takes. But anyways, I still got ideas, and I just don't see as age being any reason why a person can't or shouldn't do the things that they can do to try and help improve themselves or live a decent life, So, and maybe that's no qualifications to most people. Okay, not a problem. I'm just gonna do what I do, and I hope to see you all the way live. Oscar Talk. Thanks.